remember speaking to you, and you're like, I can't enjoy a game if I'm not making someone else's day be worse.
Okay, that is kind of okay. I said that to you as a joke, but that's kind of true, right? Like, there's just something that, like, to me, and maybe this is again coming back to the episode where we spoke about chess, right? Like, to me, gaming has always been a thing of like, it's like a thing where I can learn a skill, I can get better at that skill, and then I can beat others.
Yeah.
Right. And like, you know, sometimes you play a game of League of Legends and it feels like you're playing the piano. Like, it feels like you're just crushing them. But then when you lose, it's not a good feeling. It's all, but yeah, I want to play a game and I want to beat other people half the time.
He wants to make someone else's day worse.
Yeah.
That's how he gets enjoyment.
Exactly.
Like as well, like if I play League of Legends, I can't play normal games. Like I cannot, like I need to play a ranked game because I know that people will give a shit. Because if people aren't giving a shit, no one's invested, right? If I fucking die a ton, no one gives a shit in a normal. I mean, they do, but I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But if I die in a ranked game, I'm like, fuck.
I think that's why I'd never got into PvP games.
Really?
Just because I've never given a shit.
Really? Yeah, that's probably why.
I can't, like, I don't give a fuck if I'm playing.
Do you not like refining a skill? Like getting good at something and like...
That's not what I play games for.
I mean, that's what I do.
I play games for fucking escapism.
Right, but then I guess my form of escapism is learning the skill and having that gameplay loop of doing it over and over again and then going against other people.
No, I don't have that because I don't give it. Because, like, in my opinion, the reason why I love JRPGs is because there are no bragging rights with JRPGs.
Yeah,
by finishing a JRPG, it's not like, yeah, I beat this game. Like, that's why I beat Persona 5 like 5 times. It's not because I wanted to brag to people that I beat it 5 times, but because I wanted to see the route of all the waifus.
But you just bragged about. I'm joking.
Yeah, I just did it, but
no, it's not. It's not for bragging rights. I don't do it for that, and I don't do it to feel superior or anything. I just do it because, to me, I guess gaming for me, the way that it's been an escape is that I get to sink myself because I need to be challenged constantly.
Yeah.
And when a game doesn't challenge me in like either mechanical skill or like mentally, like I'm just not invested because I'm like, it's not challenging me. I need something to challenge.
I mean, this is why I like play instruments, right? So that I could get that side of my brain focused on
right.
something else.
But then I guess we're all different, right? Like for me, I think maybe escapism, and you do have that part of you want to challenge yourself, but it's satisfied by just learning an instrument or playing an instrument. But for me, it's like, I think it's way too consuming for me. Like, I'm way too competitive. Like, I was that one asshole in school who turned everything into the Olympics. Like, I was like, oh,
there was always that one guy.
We're doing a light jog. We're doing a light jog, are we? And then I would fucking sprint, right? Yeah. I remember, like, if this doesn't explain how like competitive I am, I don't know what will. In school, when we used to do long distance running, I was terrible at long distance running.
Okay.
But you bet, every single time we did it, I made myself throw up. I was so desperate to win. I was so desperate to win the long distance running that I would literally, every single time we ran, I would push myself into the point of throwing up. Because I wouldn't stop. I wouldn't stop.
Right.
He don't miss.
And I remember it literally became a joke at some point that every because every year you would do a school thing. Where
Yeah.
And I remember I would do the 400 meters and I would not stop sprinting the whole time. And I would literally get to I would sprint the whole 400 meters to win. I would stop and I would just go, because I was pushing myself way beyond what was needed.
Yeah.
Because in my head, it was embarrassing to lose.
I mean, I get people like that.
Okay, and before anyone thinks, wow, man, Connor, your parents must have raised you in a way that made you think. But nah, dude, my parents were like, yo, Connor, calm the fuck down. Like, my parents were like, where did this come from? Because we're not like that.
Okay, that's interesting you say that, though, because then now I'm wondering why you're so heavily into Arknights. Because Arknights is a PvE game, not a PvP game.
But it's still got, I think I know, because it's still got like challenges in it. And Arknights is the worst fucking like combo for you, because it's a game that you can't win unless you spend more money.
Yeah.
And then even if you spend more money, you still can't win.
And there's a whole bit of enjoyment by following the story.
I didn't follow the story. I mean, I've level 95 in Arknights, but now that I've beaten all of episode 6 and done all the challenge modes, I kind of woke up the other day and I'm like, I don't know, what have I got to do? I've done it. Like, I've done everything.
I've done it.
Like, I've completed.
I'm in the end game.
I've completed the Arknights. But like, that's the thing, right? And then I think I also destroyed any chance I had of liking story games because when achievements were a thing on Xbox 360, you bet I was that asshole who was like, I'm gonna want
Get all
You were the achievement hunter.
Yeah.
100% a game. Yeah.
And I got way too into some games, and I remember I got so frustrated with JRPGs because I would just buy any game, but there was dudes who researched which games were easiest to get achievements on. I didn't do that. I just bought a game and I would complete it. But fuck JRPGs, man. They had the worst achievements. They were like, collect every one of this item, and then you would go to the guide and it'd be like, oh, well, 7 of these items you can only get at that time, and if you didn't get it at that time, sorry, kid, you got to restart the game. And I'm like, I hate you. Who did this? I hate you so much.
I think that was a saving grace for me that I never owned like an Xbox 360 or a PlayStation. Like I never played on a console that had achievements. I was always just a Nintendo kid, so it was literally just you versus the game.
Yeah.
I wish I did that because I remember I got an Xbox One, and one day I was like, why am I getting these achievements? Like, what are we?
I thought a realization.
Like he had the feeling like there's like, an achievement to be gotten here. I can perfect this skill to get all of the achievements. Oh, dude! Okay, now it's on. It's challenging me. This is a challenge.
And then I look back at all the shit I did. Like I beat the Lost video game. The fucking Lost video game. And I remember that even my...
I didn't even know there was a Lost video game.
Even my 15-year-old self could tell this video game was not a video game. Like, this was garbage, dude. And I beat it just to get that 1,000 achievement. I hated that game.